If you did not know, there's a new mini set coming, which I don't even know. What is this mini set called, actually? I don't even know what it's called. I know it's Naxxramas. It's called Return to Naxxramas. NAXX OUT, Pog. Woo! Love Naxxramas. So we'll start with Death Knight, which is the newest class to Hearthstone. Construct Quarter, 3 mana, 3 durability location, draw a friendly minion to summon a 4/5 undead with Rush. I think this card's very strong. I would be surprised if one of the Death Knight archetypes doesn't want this. It's really good for just your corpses as well as just providing tempo. It works really nicely with your hero power. Like, I can't imagine this card not being played, especially because it doesn't say a friendly undead. It just summon any minion. There's a lot of different minions that you can kill to get a pretty great 4/5. There's so many use cases for this card. You can destroy like eggs and stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be played. Rhyme Scale Siren, 3 mana, 2/3 undead Naga, 1 frost. Battle cry: if you cast 3 spells while holding this, freeze 3 random enemy minions. This one I'm not as entirely sure for, because the problem with this card is it's really slow. And then Frost Death Knight, with 1 frost, I should say, probably don't want this. Maybe if there's some kind of like Naga synergy for Death Knight, they might want this, but for the most part, I think it's like, I mean, in theory, you're going to be casting a lot of spells anyways for Frost, so why wouldn't you want this? It might get played in non-Frost decks, like 1 Frost and like 2 Blood. I think this is a card for the most part that you would rather discover than put into your deck. Frost Queen Sindragosa, 7 mana, 6/6, Colossal +2. After an enemy is frozen, destroy it. This requires 1 Blood rune and 1 Frost rune. It's an undead dragon, which is a really cool combination. And the wings, 1 mana, 2/1 undead dragons, rush, freeze any character damaged by this minion. You'd have to put into a deck that's 1 Frost, 1 Blood. I think it really depends on if the Rainbow Death Knight deck actually wants this card. That being said, if you discover this card, you're probably pretty stoked. It's a very good card to discover. It's honestly like the best thing in the class to discover at this point. Most of the time, this is a 2-for-1 at least. This is also extremely potent in Frost decks. It's very, very interesting. If there's some way for you to discount multiple freeze effects and play it with Sindragosa, oh my God, it's absolutely incredible. It's hard to tell if this will be a meta defining card if you put it into your deck, but I mean, every time this card is discovered, you're probably gonna be like, wow, that was stupid as hell. I can't believe this. Is Sindragosa even from Naxxramas? I don't, hold on, we're playing it right now. Is she even in here? Wasn't this the dragon? I don't know why Sindragosa's here. I guess it makes a little bit more sense because Death Knights are from Ice Crown, like at least the Lich King is, right? 6 mana, 6/6, Death Rattle, shuffle the other 3 horsemen into your deck. It's an undead. The other 3 are 6/6, they're all 6/6 undeads. 1 has lifesteal, 1 has rush, 1 has taunt, and they all say if you had all 4 horsemen die this game, destroy the enemy hero. I think in Wild, I usually just rate cards for standard, but in Wild, this has the potential to just absolutely break the game, just because of what you can do with it. It'll be kind of annoying to deal with. In Standard, I don't know if this is good enough. The problem with this effect is drawing the other riders. I hardly know where am I? Am I right? It's a neutral win condition, right? So that's always exciting. I just don't know what you really want it in. I think even in most classes, there's probably a better win condition for you, right? The only time you want this is Blood Death Knight, maybe in Druid, but people will try this out just to have some fun with it. I'm not sure if they'll actually be insane, but it's a nice, cool new win condition that doesn't feel broken to play against. It's almost like Quest Priest, right? Really slow. If you want to go for the long con and just play a bunch of removal, at least you have a win condition. Any transform effects absolutely ruins the combo here. So you kind of have to make sure that when you play against like Shaman, you can kill your dudes. Thaddeus Monstrosity, 10 mana, 11/11, taunt. Your odd cards cost 1, swaps polarity each turn. It's also an undead. In my opinion, this card's garbage. I think it's really, really bad. That being said, sorry, I should rephrase that. This card is garbage if you put it into your deck. This card will be very good if you evolve into it. I don't know why you would want to put this in your deck. Maybe I'm not thinking about the way you could cheat it. You ever heard of Bone Lord? I mean, the fact that you brought that up says enough, right? I think it could be really cool. Unless you can cheat this out, this card is just not going to be played. And Wild, again, has the potential to do some really wacky stuff. Mistake, 1 mana, 1/3. This has all minion types. I think this card's insane. I really believe that this is going to be one of the best cards from the mini set. A 1 mana, 1/3 is already a pretty great stat line when it comes to just 1-drop minions. Most people are pretty happy to play a 1 mana, 1/3. The fact that it's all minion types means that there's so much synergy. I would not be surprised if this ended up being the most played card in like the last little bit. Amalgam of the Deep was extremely popular from Voyage to the Sunken City. This is like insane. The flavor is amazing, right? You guys know me, I'm a big flavor guy. It's probably going to be one of the most played cards of the entire year. Lost Exarch, 4 mana, 4/5, Death Rattle, spend all your mana, summon that many 2/2 zombies with rush undead. Okay, I think this card's hot trash. I am still very surprised they made this card. We saw this card the other day and I was like, why did they make this? What is the point of this card? I can't think of a single reason you would want to put this into your deck. I would be surprised if this card ends up being played. I feel like they should have printed it with rush or something. I don't know. Darkfall and Shadow, 3 mana 3/3 undead, rush, mana thirst 6, gain reborn. I don't want to ever play a 3/3 rush. Maybe at 6 mana getting the reborn's okay. It's probably garbage. Faithful Companion, 7 mana spell, discover a beast from your deck and summon it, mana thirst 10, also summon a copy of it. The real thing about this card is King Crush. If you guys remember, there was a Highlander deck that played Dino Tamer Brand, which is basically summoning King Crush on turn 7, and that card was played a lot. This is like, hey, I heard you like your King Crush, let me summon another one for you. Even if you draw this on turn 10 and you summon 2 King Crushes, that is a lot of damage out of nowhere that some decks just will always lose to, which means that this card will probably see play. I have a feeling that like Big Beast Hunter is probably going to be pretty good. Even if you don't get King Crush, it's probably fine, right? Zombies, 2 mana secret for Hunter. After your opponent plays a minion, summon 4 1/1 zombies to attack it. I think this card's really strong. It's like Snipe mixed in with Snake Trap, so that feels really good. Also, it's preemptive Snake Trap, and it probably deals with most minions if you play this on turn 2. It's a secret your opponent kind of needs to play around. It's very, very good. It's really good with Infuse. I think that this card has a lot of potential to be very strong. I don't think it's like the strongest Hunter spell they've ever gotten. It's pretty good. Trinket Tracker, 1 mana 1/1 Battlecry, draw a 1-cost spell. It's undead. I think this is the best card that Hunter got. 1 mana 1/1 to draw a card would see play in every single deck. It's like Kobold Librarian without taking the 2 damage. Hunter has a multiple 1-cost cards that are very good. 1-cost spells, sorry, that are very good. This card will see play. It will be played in aggro. It will be played in mid-range. It will probably be played in control. I can't imagine this card doesn't see play. Also, Zombies gets an upgrade from Beaststalker Tavish. This is the last secret that will be upgraded by Beaststalker Tavish because this is the last secret that will be printed while this card is in the standard format. Cannibalize, 4 mana spell for priest. It's a shadow spell. Destroy a minion, restore its health to all friendly characters. 4 mana to kill a minion and restore health. That could be insane, right? That's like game breaking, isn't it? Not game breaking, but like the potential there to just save your life is insane. The fact that it's health though, it might be fine. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Assassinate's literally crying in the corner, man. It's not even a card anymore. A lot of priest decks that would want to play this, but mainly slower priest decks want this. It's enough to stabilize you, which is great. The flavor of the card is really well done too. It probably sees play. I think it does at least. Rotting Necromancer, 4 mana 5/4 undead, Battlecry Dredge. If it's an undead, deal 5 damage to the enemy hero. That's really interesting. So it fits into like the aggressive undead deck that they were kind of pushing in March of the Lich King. I like the Dredge mechanic. I think it's really good for the aggro deck where you get to pick your next card as well. The fact that you have to pick an undead might be a little bad sometimes, but man, dealing 5 damage with spell development of 5/4 is insane, isn't it? That's one of the best things I've seen in a very long time for Priest. Ooh, Priest is getting some good cards here. It's good. Okay, Mindseer, another shadow spell, 1 mana, deal 2 damage to a minion. If it dies, deal 3 damage to the enemy hero. Pretty good card. It fits right into the same deck that the Rotting Necromancer is going to go in because it fights for board and gives you tempo. It also deals some damage. It's cool because you could do some like kill your own friendly minion and get a 3 damage, which means like eggs. Killing your eggs is insane, but mainly 1 mana to deal 2 and deal 3 damage is probably okay. I feel like there might be an OTK with this card. I could be wrong, but that feels really good. Test subject with wild. Yeah, you're right. Oh, maybe we should try that on the first day. That sounds really fun, actually. Okay, I'm gonna make a bold claim. This card actually might be broken. I'm already thinking about banning it before it comes out. Did you read that? The Curator. Isn't the Curator from not Knights of the First Throne. One Night in Karazhan. 5 mana 4/6 taunt, Battlecry. If your deck has no neutral cards, draw a minion of each type. That's pretty good. Fits into the racist Paladin deck. I really like the flavor of this card, the Curator. That's actually hilarious. That's awesome, dude. 5 mana 4/6 with taunt is not great. It's not the most optimal stat line. There's definitely been better stats for 5 mana, but draw a minion of each type. How many cards can you get off that? That's like 6 potentially. On average, let's say you draw 3. Would you play a 5 mana 4/6 taunt, draw 3 cards? I think I would. This card's nuts. And it will be a mech. It will be a mech. It'll be a mech at some point. Okay. Goldwing, 4 mana 3/5 mech dragon rush Battlecry. If you're holding a mech, gain wind fury. I really like how they're utilizing the dual type stuff here, right? The fact is that if you're holding another one of these in your hand, at least this gets wind fury. I don't know how relevant this is. To put this in a really interesting deck, a mech and a dragon deck, maybe. I'm not sure if that's hard to pull off or not. You could draw 2 golden wings off the Curator. It's true. It's tough because it's like at some point this might be good enough in some kind of dragon mech deck, maybe. But at the moment, I'm not thinking it's that good. Yeah, it's probably not that good. I don't know. It's really tough though, man. understand because like you can hand buff this and it's pretty decent. The fact that it's a mech and a dragon means there's double the synergy. It might be fine. It might be fine. It really depends if there's a deck that supports this. Knight of the Dead, 3 mana 5/5 battle cry, deal 5 damage to your hero. Mana Thirst, restore 5 health to your hero instead. Wow. Okay, so this is also an undead. 3 mana 5/5 stat line is juicy, bro. That fits right into that aggro paladin deck I was just referring to earlier, right? Dealing 5 damage to your hero is probably irrelevant in that deck as well. This card will probably see play in that aggro paladin deck. It's pretty nutty. Man, 3 mana 5/5 is crazy to think about. The other way of looking at this is Muckla, right? So Muckla was the 3 mana 5/5 that gave your opponent 2 bananas. That card saw play because it was a pretty decent stat line for aggressive decks. I think Paladin actually got a pretty good set of cards. Both Priest and Paladin got pretty good ones. 1 mana training session, spell for warrior, discover a taunt minion. If you play at this turn, repeat this. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I mean, if you need more value in your deck, sure. I'm not sure how relevant it really is though. It might be okay. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's good. It's somewhere in the middle. I would say that you probably don't ever really put this in your deck, but you might want this as like a discover card. You know, this could be like a nice value generation out of nowhere. And I think that's probably okay. Flesh Shaper, 6 mana 3/8 undead taunt battle cry. If you have 5 or more armor, summon a copy of this. Blizzard, what are you doing? What have we printed this card for, bro? I think this card could literally say 6 mana 3/8 taunt, summon a copy of this, and I think it would be fine. Druid has a card from United and Stormwind, which is 6 mana tradable. Summon 2 2/7s with taunt. This card is the same mana crystal. It only has +1/+1, and you have to have 5 or more armor. What the hell is this? Why do they print this? I guess it's undead, so maybe it's good. I guess getting 5 armor is not that hard. It's funny. Again, it's really tough because if there's a deck that supports it, it's probably fine. Hook Fist 3000, 3 mana 4/3. After your hero attacks, gain 4 armor and draw a card. It's mech and wait, whoa, dude, what the hell? Your hero attacks, gain 4 armor and draw. What the frick? Isn't this insane? How many weapons in the game curve to this right now? Imagine Fiery War Axe being 2 mana. Unlucky. If you have a weapon, it's fine. If you don't have a weapon, it's pretty garbage. If there's a weapon that could be played before this, it's probably fine. You probably run this regardless. It's just cycle, and your opponent probably has to answer this. The fact that it's a pirate is really interesting. It's probably good. The text is so nutty, man. 3 mana 1/4 spectral trainee undead. After you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Whoa. I think it doesn't hit all enemy characters, but that's kind of nutty. That has the potential to be absolutely crazy. Like, if there's good spells to cast with this card's nuts. It really depends on the metagame, but oh my god, if you're playing against an aggressive deck and you have ability to play 0 mana spells, it's actually incredible. It's obviously in a control metagame, it's not going to be good. Royal Reaver, 3 mana 4/3 elemental naga battlecry. If you cast a spell last turn, discover an elemental. Okay, why do they put this text if you cast a spell last turn? I guess it's more in flavor with the card. Again, it's not bad. It's just like a 3 mana 4/3 in Mage. I don't think you ever want to play it. So you got to think of this bigger, chat, right? Because rotation is going to happen pretty soon. So it's everything after rotation. They would have to print some kind of elemental package, right? I don't think now this card is good. Potentially in the future, it has an ability to be fine. I don't know how relevant in 2023 discovering an elemental is worth it. Meh. Terror Reality, 4 mana arcane spell. Add 2 random mage spells from the past in their hand. They cost 2 less. God, that's a fun card. I love that card. That's gonna piss some people off though, man. Oh god, I think if someone gets ice block from this, I'm just gonna cry. If I'm like, oh, I got lethal and their ice block shows up, I would throw up. Man, there's some good mage spells. Yogbox is fun. Ice block is good. Frost Nova is really strong. 1 mana Frost Nova, I would want to throw up in a corner. So for those of you who don't understand how this card works, it's like, I would imagine based on the wording of this card, because we've seen it with Toki before, it's any card that's not in standard. The variance of this card is insane. I think for the designers, they did a really good job. This is the type of card that you want in Mage, right? These two are kind of like pretty straightforward. This card's fun. It'll be fun to play with. I'm not sure about against, but this card will probably see play. Fellscale Evoker, 6 mana 5/7 Demon Naga for Demon Hunter. Battlecry, if you cast 3 spells while holding this, summon a different demon from your deck. It's a spooky card. That's a very spooky card. There was that legendary that got nerfed because it was pulling out demons too fast, right? So the only problem with this card is that you have to cast 3 spells for this, but I don't think that's going to be that much of an issue considering that you wouldn't put a ton of minions into your deck. So it's probably good. It really depends on the demons supporting it. Like right now, before rotation, it's probably fine, but after rotation, it's going to be a little iffy. But it's Big Demon Hunter. Big Demon Hunter generally doesn't do great. great. Calamity's Grasp, 1 mana, 1/2 weapon, death rattle, add a random outcast card to your hand. This is a card that I think currently probably won't see a lot of play, but after rotation, we'll probably see a lot of play, depending on what the quality of outcast cards there are. It's hard to judge this card. 1 mana, 1/2 weapon's fine though. Shambling Chow. Oh, they brought a Zombie Chow back. 1 mana, 2/3 rush, death rattle, deal 4 damage to your hero. Undone. So it's like reverse Zombie Chow for Demon Hunter, but it has rush. Dude, that's a good card. Zombie Chow was played so often. Having a 2/3 on turn 1 was really good. Even if you played as a 1 mana 2/3 without the rush, it's good. That's spooky as hell. Shaman got 4 cards. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna say this before I even look at the cards. I'm really scared for Shaman because they pushed Evolve Shaman. So if Evolve Shaman has any good cards here, this will be probably an issue. Frostfin Chomper, 3 mana 2/3 Elemental Murloc. Elemental Murloc. Whoa. You played an Elemental last turn, summon 3/1/1 Murlocs. Whoa, that's cool. That's kind of insane, to be honest. Man, that's really fun. I don't know how good that will be. Again, it really depends on what, I mean, Amalgam the Deep into this is kind of insane, isn't it? That might be really good. That's so much stats if you get that. And it's with Murlocs. God, that's crazy. I'm kind of scared of that card, to be honest. Cold Storage, 1 mana frost spell, freeze a minion, add a copy of it to your hand. Okay, that's cool. It's like Marabi's effect, but better because you don't have to play Marabi. I'm in it, sure. If you're playing a minion for its effect and then you just freeze it, you get another one. That's kind of fun, man. I'm not sure how good the card actually is. Blazing Transmutation, 1 mana fire spell, choose a minion, discover one that costs 1 or more. Oh, what did I just say like a minute ago? Anything with Evolve is spooky as hell. Oh no, dude. Oh God. I'm gonna show you guys a scenario here, okay? You play this card. It's 10 mana, you discount it, then you play this card on it, and then you generate this card and your opponent concedes. There's not even bad options here. Oh, it's gonna be so tilting. When Evolve Shaman's the best deck in the format, it's not fun to play Hearthstone. I would hope that they tested this out and they realized it's not as good as we're probably thinking it's gonna be, but I have a feeling that this is gonna be very good and it's probably gonna be miserable to play against. Rogue, Stitch Creation, 3 mana, 1/1 undead. Combo gain +2/+2, infuse 2, gain +3/+3, mana thirst 8, gain +4/+4. What the hell? You coin into this card, it's bad. If 2 minions die and then you coin into this card, isn't good. That is a 3 mana 6/6. It's probably garbage. It's not seeing play. It's so bad. Arena maybe. 1 mana 1/3 Jolly Roger, Undead Pirate. After your hero attacks, summon a 1/1 Undead Pirate. All right, that's pretty good. We're happy with that. That's about it. Not much to say here. Like, I love the art. 1 mana 1/3s and aggro decks seem to be played. Like, what else do I say there? It's fine. If Pirate Warlock is good, that's great. Ransack, 0 mana spell, deal 1 damage to a minion. If you played a card from another class this turn, deal 4 damage. Is Thief Rogue still good, chat? I haven't played Standard in a while. Is Thief Rogue good? If Thief Rogue is ever good, you probably played this card. 0 mana to deal 4 damage. It's like Vendetta, and Vendetta was good. Life from Death, 6 mana Druid spell, draw 3 cards, infuse 6. This costs 1. I want to die. that's oh my god. The thing is, dude, is like, this is so good in aggro decks. Fine for like mid-range decks too, but I honestly in aggro decks, this is disgusting. Like, how easy is that to pull off in an aggro deck? I guess you have to keep it in your hand, but I'm not even that bad about it. Even if I had to pay 6 mana for it, it's not the worst thing in the world for Druid. Druid's fine with that. And it's nature. I'm a little scared here. Rake, 1 mana Druid spell, give your hero +2 attack this turn, deal damage equal to your hero's attack to a minion. That's fine. It's not bad. It's fine. Druid would have to have some kind of archetype that supports dealing damage. So maybe Quest Druid's still in the format. This is fine. The more I think about Life from Death, I don't know if it's as good as I think it's going to be. It might be too slow in aggro Druid, but I feel like it's still going to be played. I don't know what it is about this card. It's so hard to judge. Death Beetle, 6 mana 6/6 taunt, mana thirst 11, gain +4/+4 in charge. What happens when Guff rotates? Guff to the core set next year confirmed. Coin doesn't work now. You need to have 11 mana crystal. Well, that'll be useless next expansion. Wink, wink. These wonderful Hearthstone designers. I love them so much. Okay, I'm a little scared. I hope Guff's not in the core set if that's what that means. Is this card even worth playing in your deck? Probably. 6 mana 10/10 with charge and taunt. If Guff's in core, I'm done with this shit. Nothing's impossible. I like that name. 2 mana Warlock spell. Give all friendly demons and Murlocs death rattle summon a 2/2 imp log. Oh my god, that's terrifying, dude. You can do like Fiendish Circle into this card, and I think that's pretty good. Why do they look so stupid? Like, what is this thing? What is this thing? Who designed this, man? It's actually cursed. Suspicious Peddler. 2 mana 2/3 battle cry. Discover a 1-cost card. If your opponent guesses your choice, they get a copy. So that's like Dark Peddler from League of Explorers, but often 1 mana Warlock spells will be better for you than your opponent. Suspicious Peddler is probably fine. I'm not sure how great that is. Most of the time it's probably okay. It's a 2 mana 2/3 undead though. Plague Eruption, 3 mana spell, deal 2 damage to all minions. If you discarded a card this game, this does 1 more. 3 mana deal 2 to all minions is fine. We played School Spirits and it fits into the archetype they pushed in March of the Lich King, so it's probably okay. At the rate at what each class is getting, Death Knight's getting some good cards. I'd be a little scared of Death Knight, especially this card. This card looks really terrifying. I think this card's fine. This card's more of a meme though. Neutrals look good. I'm really excited for this card, but I don't know about these two. These two are trash. Hunter looks like they got 3 really good cards, so that's kind of scary. Priest is getting some really good cards, also pretty scary. This card's probably gonna break wild. Good card, good card, good card. This card's probably insane. I think this card's also really, really good. I don't know about Warrior, Keck W. Man, Warrior really needs a card that's like 2 mana weapon, 1/4 each time you attack, gain 3 armor or something. Like they need a card like that to really fit into these archetypes because it's kind of miserable. If there's a good weapon to curve into this card will be probably pretty great. I think Mage actually looks really good. I believe that this will be the most played card of the mini set other than the Mistake card because this is just such a fun card. I'll be probably playing a ton of this. Demon Hunter looks fine. Shaman, again, I think this card's nuts. I'm really scared of this card. This card also seems really good. Rogue looks fine. I don't know. I think this card's good too. I think Warlock is fine. Should you buy it? If you have 2,000 gold, absolutely. The way you look at it is if most of these cards are trash, at least you got 4 guaranteed legendaries, which is really good for 2,000 gold. Also, you get all the other cards as well. So it's pretty great. So if you have the 2,000 gold, highly recommend buying it. They'll also be around for the next year, which is fine.